Hi, it's Chris with ProductionFor. This year we received a really interesting phone call from Douglas McDonald, the CEO of the Alamo Trust, and it was to do something that had never been done before. So the challenge was this: because of COVID-19, the annual San Jacinto commemoration was canceled, no events. So Douglas wanted the Alamo Trust to step up and produce and sponsor a live stream digital history broadcast on April 21 live, which was the commemoration of the event, celebrating the 184th anniversary of that decisive 1836 battle. The idea was to feature key experts from the Alamo, Presidio La Bahia, and some of the key historic sites that the Texas Historical Commission manages, and to tell the story of the Battle of San Jacinto. It was a big idea. We were excited to tackle that, and we were up for the assignment. Here's how we did it. Usually the celebration on that site at San Jacinto would host a big event, likely with reenactments, maybe even like a live broadcast, a live streaming broadcast out to the general public of the events of the day. We obviously weren't able to do that. The challenge was to integrate stakeholders from various Texas historical sites into a live event that had to be informative, and it had to be engaging, and it had to be entertaining to maintain audience views. We used a blend of tools. We used Zoom. We also used Wirecast, which is a live streaming broadcasting tool. And initially, we were going to send two very small crews, one to each site at the Alamo and San Jacinto, which we could have done. In this case, it made better sense to go in advance and, with the skeleton crew, maintain social distancing, and also the cleanliness and sterilization of our gear, together some B-roll for packages, as well as a couple of key interviews. We were able to do that. As well, in advance of the event, we spent about an hour and a half with each of our panelists in a live editorial setting where we could go through videos and B-roll material and animations and maps and put together in a logical way a visual story that could be pushed out live during the day of the event, and our speakers could speak underneath that. And it really it added to the interest and the value for the audience, I think. Through this process, I would say we were able to show that we can produce effectively in this manner. And we can be safe, and we can produce engaging content. In this case, the event was live, and it was streamed across multiple social channels. I think we're up for doing more of these kinds of events. So thanks for watching. Again, it's Chris with ProductionFor. Here's a little taste of what the show was like.
Things are a bit different this year, but the story must still be told. We were determined that COVID-19 was not going to stop Texans from observing this important day. So we stepped up to bring this important celebration into homes across the state, country, and world. We are so glad the Texas Historical Commission, the San Jacinto Museum, and Presidio La Bahia answered the call to action. And we are proud today to present to you San Jacinto Day, Texas Remembers. As always, we greatly appreciate your passion for Texas history, and thank you for remembering the Alamo. We hope you and your families stay safe and healthy.